Hello students, we are discussing our second chapter, periodic classification of elements. In previous video, we covered the different concepts about classification of elements. Those concepts were Doberanus triad, Newland's law of octave, and third one, Mendeleev's periodic table. So, this is the second part of this chapter. In this video, we are going to study about the modern periodic table. The content of this video are modern periodic table, structure of modern periodic table, groups and electronic configuration, periods and electronic configuration, periodic trends in modern periodic table, valency, atomic size, metallic and non-metallic character, and last one, gradation in halogen family. In this, our first point is modern periodic table. That in 1913 AD, Henry Moseley demonstrated with X-ray tube experiment that atomic number is the fundamental property of element. So this is very important point here. In this, atomic number is the fundamental property of element in case of modern periodic table. Our second point is, on this basis, Henry Moseley stated the modern periodic law. So the statement of modern periodic law is properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic numbers. So this is the statement of modern periodic table in which the properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic numbers. See the third point, in Mendeleev's periodic table, the atomic number only indicates the serial number of elements. As I already told about the Mendeleev's periodic table that in case of Mendeleev's periodic table, atomic mass was the fundamental property. That's why in Mendeleev's periodic table, the atomic number was considered for the serial number of elements only. So after that, our second point is structure of modern periodic table. The modern periodic table is also called as long form of the periodic table. In that, our first point is, in modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic numbers. So this is very important point here. In the structure of modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic numbers. The second point here is, the 7 horizontal rows in modern periodic table are called as periods, which are numbered as periods 1 to 7. See, in case of modern periodic table, there are total 7 horizontal rows are present, which are called as periods, and these periods are numbered as 1 to 7. Our third point is, the 18 vertical columns in the modern periodic table are called as groups, which are numbered as groups 1 to 18. So see, in case of modern periodic table, total 18 vertical columns are present called as groups, and these groups are numbered as 1 to 18. Our fourth point is, the arrangement of periods and groups result into formation of boxes. Actually see, the periods are nothing but horizontal rows and groups are nothing but vertical columns. So the arrangement of periods and groups forms boxes. So our fifth point is, atomic numbers are serially written in the upper part of these boxes. So in case of modern periodic table, the atomic numbers are written in the upper part of each and every box. Sixth point is, each box represents the place for one element. So, in case of modern periodic table, each and every box represents the position or location for the one element. Seventh point is, apart from these 7 rows, 2 rows are separately present at the bottom of modern periodic table. Okay, see, in case of modern periodic table, 7 horizontal rows are present or 7 periods are present. So apart from these 7 periods, there are 2 periods present at the bottom of the modern periodic table. So our next point is, these 2 rows are called as lanthanide series and actinide series respectively. Okay, so the 2 rows present at the bottom of the modern periodic table are called as lanthanide series and actinide series respectively. The ninth point here is, thus there are 118 boxes for the elements in modern periodic table. So by the arrangement of periods and groups, the total 118 boxes are formed in the modern periodic table. The 10th point here is, due to discovery of new elements, the modern periodic table is completely filled with 118 elements. Okay, due to discovery of new elements, the modern periodic table is completely filled with 118 elements. Okay, so till now 118 elements are discovered. So due to this, the modern periodic table is completely filled. Our 11th point is, on the basis of electronic configuration, the modern periodic table is divided into 4 blocks, that are S block, P block, D block and F block. Okay, so based on the electronic configuration, the modern periodic table is divided into 4 blocks. Okay, those blocks are S block, P block, D block and F block. Okay, so see the first point. In case of yes block, the yes block contains group 1 and 2. Okay, the group 1 and 2 belongs to that block yes. The P block contains group 13 to 18. Okay, so the P block contains the elements built from group 13 to 18. The D block contains groups 3 to 12. Okay, actually the elements from the group 3 to 12 belongs to D block, and the F block contains lanthanide and actinide series present at the bottom of the modern periodic table. Okay, so the elements present in the lanthanide series and actinide series belongs to F block. The 12th point here is, the D block elements are called as transition elements. Okay, the D block, the elements present in the D block are also called as transition elements. The 30th point here is, a zigzag line can be drawn in the P block of the modern periodic table. Okay, in case of modern periodic table, a zigzag line can be drawn in the P block elements. Our 14th point is, the 3 types of elements, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids, can be shown with the help of zigzag line. Okay, in case of P block, the elements can be separated into metals, non-metals and metalloids. So this division of elements in the P block can be indicated with the help of zigzag line. So the 15th point here is, the elements present on left side of the zigzag line are called as metals. Okay, actually see, in case of P block elements, there is a zigzag line present, and the elements present on the left side of the zigzag line are called as metals. The 16th point here is, the elements present along the border of zigzag line are called as metalloids. Okay, in case of modern periodic table, the elements present at the border of zigzag line are called as metalloids. Okay, after that, our 17th point is, the elements present on right side of the zigzag line are called as non-metals. Okay, so the elements present on the right side of the zigzag line are called as non-metals. So in this way, the zigzag line divides the metals, non-metals and metalloids in the P block of the modern periodic table. So after that, our next point is, modern periodic table and electronic configuration of the elements. So modern periodic table and electronic configuration of elements. So actually, what is meant by electronic configuration? Electronic configuration means the distribution of electrons in different orbits around the nucleus of an atom is called as, okay, the distribution of electrons in different orbits around the nucleus of an atom is called as electronic configuration. So here we are going to study about the electronic configuration and modern periodic table. Okay, see the first point here, these properties of groups and periods in the modern periodic table are because of electronic configuration of elements. So whatever the properties of elements in the groups and periods are because of electronic configuration of the elements. The second point here is, thus the electronic configuration decides the group and period of the elements in modern periodic table. Okay, so in case of modern periodic table, the electronic configuration of the element determine the group and period number. Okay. The third point here is, in a period, the properties of elements changes slowly from one end to other end. Okay, in a period, the properties of elements changes from one end to other end. The fourth point here is, in a group, the properties of elements show similarities and gradation. Okay, so within the group and within the period, the properties of the element shows particular change in their properties, or there is a gradation or some amount of similarity also seen. So this is the modern periodic table, in which total 118 elements are occupied, and we can see the different blocks here. the elements from the group 1 and 2 are called as S block element. The elements from 13 group 13 to group 18 are called as P block elements, and the elements from the group 3 to group 12 are called as D block elements, and the elements present in the lanthanide series and actinide series at the bottom of the modern periodic table are called as F block element. So we can see here the different elements are arranged according to increasing atomic number. Okay, so this is the modern periodic table, or it is also called as long form of modern periodic table. In the next slide, we are going to cover the next point, that is a group and electronic configuration. So in case of groups and electronic configuration, we have to compare the electronic configuration of the elements and position of these elements based on the electronic configuration in the groups. See the first point here, while going from top to bottom, within any group, one electronic shell get added at a time. Okay? So in a group, while going from top to bottom, one electronic shell or orbit get added. Okay? The second point here is, in a group, the number of valence electrons of all the elements are same. Okay? Actually, in a group, the number of valence electrons of all the elements, okay, is same or are same. Okay? So our third point is, the elements like hydrogen, lithium, sodium, etc. belongs to group 1, that is the family of alkali metals, and it contains one electron in their outermost shell. Okay? So the elements like hydrogen, lithium, sodium belongs to group 1, and the elements present in the group 1 are called as alkali metals. Okay, so in case of alkali metals, the number of valence electrons are 1. Okay, all the elements present in the group 1 shows the valence number of electrons, which is 1. Our fourth point is, the elements like beryllium, magnesium and calcium belongs to the groups 2, which is the family of alkaline earth metals, and it contains 2 electrons in their outermost shell. Okay? So here we can say about the elements like beryllium, magnesium and calcium belongs to group 2. So the element present in the group 2 are called as alkaline earth metals. Okay, so in the alkaline earth metals, 2 electrons are present in their valence shell, okay, or outermost shell. The fifth point here is, the elements like fluorine and chlorine from the group 17, which is the family of halogen, contains 7 electrons in their outermost shell. Okay. So the elements present in the group 17 like fluorine, chlorine, bromine are called as halogens. So halogen contains 7 electrons in their outermost shell. So the sixth point here is, hence the electronic configuration of the outermost shell of the elements is the characteristic of a particular group. So the sixth point explains that the electronic configuration of the element decides the characteristic of a particular group. That is, means whatever the elements present in the particular group that are completely depend on or based on the electronic configuration of that element. In the next slide, our next point is periods and electronic configuration. Okay, so what is the relationship between electronic configuration and the position of element in a particular period? So we have to see this point in detail. Here, the first point is, all the elements in a period have same number of shells. Okay, all the elements in a period have same number of shells. Actually, whatever the number of elements present in a group or as well as in a period. Okay, so in case of a group, same number of valence electrons are present. Okay, and in case of period, same number of valence shell or valence orbits are present. Okay, the number of orbits or number of shells are same in case of elements belongs to the particular period. The second point here is, in a period, while going from left to right, the atomic number increases by 1 at a time. Okay? In a period, while going from left side to right side, the atomic number increases by 1 unit at a time. So the third point here is, hence, the number of valence electrons are also increases by 1 unit at a time. Okay? As the atomic number increases by 1 unit, then the number of valence electrons also increases by 1 unit at a time when we move from left side to right side in a period. The fourth point here is, thus it is said that elements with same number of shells belongs to same period. Okay, it means that the element with same number of shells belong to same period. So this is the indication of the element, means those element which consist of same number of shells, okay, belongs to same period. The fifth point here is, the elements like the elements in the second period like lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon have electrons in the two shells, that is K and L. Okay, so the elements like lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon, these are the elements belongs to group, actually period 2. Okay, so these elements belong to second period, that's why they have two shells. Okay, they have two shells, means all these elements have two shells or two orbits in their atoms, that is K and L. The sixth point here is, the element in the third period, namely sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, have electrons in the three shells, that is K, L and M. Okay, so the elements like sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, all these elements belongs to third period, and it consists of three number of orbits in their atoms. Okay, that orbits are K, L and M. The seventh point here is, the chemical reactivity of the element is determined by the number of valence electron in it and the shell number of valence shell. ठीक है, actually the chemical reactivity of element depends on number of valence electron as well as the valence, it is the shell number of the valence shell. ठीक है, it is the shell number of the valence shell. Okay, determines the reactivity of the element. So in the next slide there is a point, do you know? Okay, do you know? So this point gives an information about certain thing. Okay, so that's why that heading is do you know. Okay, here the first point is, uranium has atomic number 92. All the elements beyond uranium with atomic number 93 to 113 are man-made. ठीक है, as I already told that in modern periodic table, total 118 elements are present. Out of 118 elements, 92 elements are completely natural, and remaining 26 means from 93 to 118 elements are man-made elements. So here this information is given that the elements after uranium, that is atomic from atomic number 93 to 113 are completely man-made. The second point here is, all these elements are radioactive and unstable and have a very short life. Okay, so the elements from atomic number 93 to 113 are radioactive elements and they have very short lifetime. So our next point is, in the modern periodic table, the number of points are given. We will see the number of points. The first point is, elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic number. So already we covered this point. In case of modern periodic table, the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic numbers. The second point here is, the vertical columns are called as groups. There are 18 groups in the modern periodic table. Okay, this point also we covered. The vertical columns in the modern periodic table are called as groups, and there are total 18 groups are present in the modern periodic table. The third point here is, the chemical properties of the elements in the same group shows similarities and gradation, that is differences. Okay, so the chemical properties of the elements in a same group, okay, though those elements belong to same group, shows similarities as well as gradation, means differences in their properties. The fourth point here is, horizontal rows are called as periods in case of modern periodic table. So the fifth point here is, there are 7 periods present in the modern periodic table. So already we covered this point that the horizontal rows in the modern periodic table are called as periods, and there are total 7 periods present in the modern periodic table. The sixth point here is, the properties of elements change slowly from one end to other end in a period. Okay, so this point is also we covered in a last slide, that in a period, while going from left side to right side, the properties shows gradation or similarities as well as differences. So in the next slide, our next point is elements holding capacity of the period. Okay. In that, the first point is the number of element in a first three period is determined by the electron capacity of the shell and the law of electron octet. Okay. Actually, the first point explains that the number of element in the first three period is determined by the electron capacity of the shell and law of octet. In the first three periods, the element uh, the number of element, okay, are determined by the electron capacity as well as the law of electron octet. Okay. The second point here is, as per the electron holding capacity of the shell, two elements are present in the first period and eight elements are present in the second and third period. Okay. As per the electron holding capacity of the shells, the first period consists of two elements and the second and third period consist of eight elements respectively. Okay. The third point is the maximum number of electrons accommodated in a shell is 32 electrons. Okay. So in a shell, maximum number of electrons accommodated are 32 electrons. Okay. So the fourth point here is the formula for calculating the number of electrons in a particular shell is 2 into n square. So this is the formula for the number of electrons present in the particular shell of the atom. So this formula is 2n square. So below is the table that indicates the shell number, the number of orbit or orbit number, the formula. Okay, the orbit number n means orbit number, and it is get placed into the formula, and that's why we get the electron capacity. So we can see the different shells k l m n. Okay. So in the different shells, the number of this orbit number, okay, means actually for k shell the orbit number is 1, for the L shell the orbit number is 2, for M shell orbit number is 3, and for N shell the orbit number is 4. So by putting all these values into the formula, we get the electron capacity. So the K shell has electron capacity that is 2. So the L shell contains maximum 8 electrons, M shell consists of maximum 18 electrons, and N shell consists of maximum 32 electrons. So in the next slide, we are going to study about the periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Okay. Actually, see, periodic trends means it is the changes in the properties of the elements in modern periodic table. So see the first point here, the variation in the properties of elements found in periods and groups of modern periodic table are called as periodic trends. So this is the definition of periodic trends, in which the variation in the properties of, the definition of periodic trend is the variation in the properties of elements found in periods and groups of modern periodic table are called as periodic trends. Okay. The second point here is the different properties of elements are. Okay. The element has different properties. So those properties are, the first property is valency, the second property is atomic size, and third property is metallic and non-metallic character. So see the first property, we are going to discuss the properties in detail. So see the first property, that is valency. In the valency, the first point is number of electrons given or taken by an atom during compound formation is called as valency. Okay. So this is the definition of valency, in which the definition is the number of electrons given or taken by an atom during compound formation is called as valency. Okay. So the second point is the valency of element is determined by the number of valence electrons, that is electron present in the outermost shell of the atom. Okay. So the valency of an element is determined by the number of valence electrons present in the outermost shell of an element. Okay. If we know the number of valence electrons present in the outermost shell, then from this we can calculate the valency. The third point here is the number of valence electrons can be determined with the help of electronic configuration. Okay. So with the help of electronic configuration, we can calculate the number of valence electron present in the element. In the next slide, we are going to see about next point, that is valency of element in a group. Okay. In the first property of the periodic trends, that is valency, we are going to see about the valency of element in a particular group. In that, the first point is all the elements in a group have same number of valence electrons. Okay. So this is a very important point. All the elements in the same group has same number of valence electrons. The second point here is example, the element of group 1 contains only one valence electron, hence the valency of group 1 element is 1. Okay, so the elements belongs to group 1 contains only one valence electron, that's why the valency of group 1 element is 1. The third point here is therefore element in the same group has same valency. So this is very important point. Okay, suppose an element belongs to means some of the elements are belongs to same group. Okay, then the elements belonging to same group has same valency because it consists of same number of valence electrons. Our second point, that is valency of elements in a period. So after valency, after this valency of elements in group, we are going to start our new point, that is valency of elements in a period. So see the first point in this, while going from left side to right side within a period, the atomic number increases by 1 unit at a time. Okay, while going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic number increases by 1 unit at a time. So the second point here is therefore at first the tendency to give electron increases from 1 to 4 in a period. Okay, so at first the tendency to give electron from 1 to 4 increases at first in a period. The third point is after this the tendency to take electron decreases from 4 to 0. Okay, so within a period while going from left side to right side, at first the valency increases from 1 to 4 and then it decreases from 4 to 0. So therefore while going from left side to right side in a period, at first valency increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. So already we covered this point. So after the first property, so here the first property is valency, it is completed here. The second property of the element is atomic size. So see the first point in atomic size, the atomic size is determined on the basis of atomic radius. Okay, atomic radius determines the atomic size of the element. Okay, the second point here is the distance between nucleus of atom and its outermost shell is called as atomic radius. Okay, this is the definition of atomic radius, in which the distance between the nucleus of atom and its outermost shell is called as atomic radius. So see the third point, the unit of atomic radius is picometer, which is smaller than the nanometer. Okay, so 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter and 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Okay, so this is the relation between the picometer and meter and nanometer and meter. Okay, so this is the relation that show the means the size of the atom. Okay, here the atomic radius is measured in picometer and this picometer unit is very smaller as compared to nanometer. So the our next point is atomic size of elements in a group. So here we are going to see about the periodic trends of the atomic size of element in the group. See the first point, while going from top to bottom in a group, the atomic size increases. Okay, while going from top to bottom in a group, the atomic size increases. The second point, this is because while going down a group, a new shell is added in the atom. Okay, as while going from top to bottom in a group, one electronic shell get added into the atom. That's why the atomic size get increased. The third point here is thus the atomic radius increases. See the fourth point, hence the atomic size increases in a group. While going from top to bottom in a group, the atomic size increases. This is the very important point. After that, we are going to study about the atomic size of elements in a period. So it also shows the periodic trends. See the first point here, while going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic size of the element decreases. Okay? While going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic size of the elements get decreases. Second point, this is because while going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic number increases by 1 unit at a time. Okay? As the atomic radius decreases from atomic size decreases from left side to right side in a period, this is because while going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic number increases by 1 unit. Okay, so this is the reason. This reason continues on in the third point. It means that positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1 unit at a time. ठीक है, as the number of electrons increases, or number of atomic number increases, the positive number of positive charge on the nucleus get increased. Okay, so see the fourth point, also one electron get added to the same outermost shell. ठीक है, as the atomic number increases, the number of electrons as well as protons goes on increasing. ठीक है, in the same shell, because the elements belongs to the same period, has same number of orbits, or same number of shells. That's why while going from left side to right side, the atomic number increases. It means that number of electrons as well as number of protons present in the nucleus also get increases. ठीक है, so that's why our fifth point is, thus due to the increased nuclear charge, the electrons are pulled toward the nucleus by a greater force of attraction. Okay, see, as the positive charge on the nucleus increases, and electrons also the number of electrons also get increases. That's why the force of attraction between positive charge this nucleus and the negative charge electron goes on increasing. So sixth point here is, therefore atomic size of element decreases. So this is the reason by which the atomic size of the elements decreases while going from left side to right side in a period. So in the next slide, we are going to start our next property, that is metallic and non-metallic character. So in that, the first point is the tendency of metals to form cation by losing its valence electron is called as electropositivity. Okay, here the definition of electropositivity is given. In this, the definition is the tendency of metals to form an cation by losing its valence electron is called as electropositivity. Okay, the second point here is the tendency of non-metals to form anion by gaining the electrons in valence shell is called as electronegativity. So this is the another important point here, electropositivity and electronegativity. So electronegativity, what is the definition of electronegativity? The tendency of non-metals to form anion by gaining the electrons in the valence shell is called as electronegativity. Okay, so after that, our third point is ions, that is cations or anions, have stable electronic configuration of noble gases. Okay, so ions like cations and anions has stable electronic configuration of the noble gases. So in the metallic and non-metallic properties of the elements, our first periodic traits, that is metallic character of the elements in a group. Okay, the first point here is the metallic character of the metal is nothing but its ability to lose electrons. Okay, so the metallic character of the metal is nothing but its ability to lose electrons. The second point here is, in a group, while going from top to bottom, the metallic character increases. Okay, actually see, in a group, while going from top to bottom, the metallic character get increases. The third point here is, this is because while going down a group, a new shell get added into the atom. Okay, so the reason for this increase in metallic character is, while going from top to bottom in a group, a new shell get added at a time in the atom. Okay, so the fourth point here is, therefore the distance between outermost electron and nucleus increases. Okay, because of increase in the number of shells, the distance between the outermost electron and the nucleus get increased. Okay, so the fifth point here is, due to this, the force of attraction between the nucleus and valence electron decreases. Okay, that's why the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron get decreases. So sixth point here is, thus the tendency to lose electrons increases. Okay, because of less force of attraction between the nucleus and outermost electron, the outermost electrons are easily loose. Okay, that's why the metallic character goes on increasing from top to bottom within the group. So the seventh point here is, therefore metallic character of the element increases while going down the group. Okay. Eighth point here is, in a period while going from left side to right side, the metallic character decreases. Okay, see, this is another important point, because while going from top to bottom in a group, the metallic character increases, and in the same way, while going from left side to right side in a period, the metallic character goes on decreasing. Okay. So after the metallic character, the next property is non-metallic character of elements in a period. Okay, in that, while going from left side to right side in a period, the non-metallic characters of elements increases. Okay, actually see, while going from left side to right side in a period, the non-metallic character of elements increases. Second point here is, this is because while going from left side to right side in a period, the atomic number increases by one at a time. Okay, so here while going from left side to right side in a period, the non-metallic character or atomic number get increases by 1 unit at a time. So third point is, it means that one electron get added to the same outermost shell at a time. So as the atomic number increases by 1 unit from left side to right side, the one electron get added into the same outermost shell at a time, okay, in a period while going from left side to right side. So the fourth point here is, also the positive charge on the nucleus increases by 1 unit at a time. Okay, as the electron get added into the outermost shell, the one proton also get added into the nucleus at a time. That's why the positive charge on the nucleus also get increased by 1 unit at a time. So the fifth point here is, thus due to the increased nuclear charge, the electrons are pulled toward the nucleus to greater force of attraction. Okay, as the positive charge on the nucleus increases and the negative charge on the outermost shell increases, okay, there is a force of attraction between the positive and negative charge. That's why because of greater force of attraction, the atomic size decreases. Okay, that's why tendency to lose the electrons goes on decreasing. Therefore metallic character, non-metallic character get increases. So the sixth point here is, therefore the tendency of atom to lose the valence electrons, that is electronegativity, decreases. Okay, as if the means if the electron losing capacity get decreased, then electronegativity also get decreases. Okay, so the seventh point here is, thus non-metallic character of the element increases within a period from left to right. Okay, so non-metallic character goes on increasing from left side to right side in a period. The eighth point here is, in a group while going from top to bottom, the non-metallic characters decreases. Okay, so this is opposite point when we compare with the metallic characters in a group. Okay, so in a group while going from top to bottom, the non-metallic character get decreases. So in the next slide, there is a point that always remember. Always remember means we have to just keep in mind, and we have to remember these points always. Okay. The first point here is, while going downward in any group, the electropositivity of the element goes on increasing while their electronegativity goes on decreasing. Okay. Within a group, while going from top to bottom, the electropositivity of the element goes on increasing and electronegativity goes on decreasing. Okay. This is a very important point, as we already covered the definition of the electropositivity and electronegativity. Compare the definition with this point. Okay, so second point here is, while going from left side to right side in a period, the electronegativity of the element goes on increasing, and while their electropositivity goes on decreasing. Okay, so this is a complete vice versa condition in case of period. As we go from left side to right side in a period, the electronegativity of the element goes on increasing while electropositivity of the elements goes on decreasing. Okay, the third point here is, larger the electropositivity or electronegativity of element, higher the reactivity. As electropositivity is more or electronegativity is more, then it indicates the higher reactivity of that elements. So after this, our last point of this chapter is gradation in halogen family. So already we covered this point. This halogen family means the elements present in the group 17. Okay, so the first point here is, the group 17 contains the member of halogen family. Okay, halogen family members are present in group 17. The second point here is, all of them have general formula X2. Okay, so the members of halogen family has an common general formula, that is X2. The third point here is, a gradation is observed in their physical state down the group. Okay, actually see, the elements present in the halogen family, okay, show gradation means variation in their physical state, as the physical state of the each and every element in the halogen family is different. That's why it show gradation or variation. The fourth point here is, thus fluorine and chlorine are gases, bromine is liquid while iodine is solid. ठीक है? See, the members of the halogen family are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So fluorine and chlorine found in gaseous state, bromine found in liquid state, and iodine found in solid state. So this is the gradation seen in the elements of the halogen family. So after that, our next point is reaction of alkaline earth metals with water. ठीक है, reaction of alkaline earth metal with water. So alkaline earth metals are found in the group 2, ठीक है, of the modern periodic table. See the first point, a general chemical equation indicating the reaction of alkaline earth metal is given below. ठीक है, so following the reaction, that reaction shows the general chemical equation for the reaction of alkaline earth metals with the water. So we can see here the reaction is, general chemical equation is M plus 2H2O, it gives MOH taken twice plus H2. So this is the equation, chemical equation for the reaction of alkaline earth metals with the water. So second point here is, while going down the second group, the gradation in the chemical property of the alkaline metal seen. ठीक है, alkaline earth metal is seen. Okay, so in the group 2, while going from top to bottom, okay, there is a gradation is seen in the chemical properties of the elements. Okay, so the elements of the the elements belongs to group 2 are, okay, the first element is beryllium, the second element is magnesium, the third element is calcium, okay, the fourth one is the strontium, and the fifth one is the barium. So in this way, the means all these elements are present in the group 2 sequentially, means from top to bottom as we go, there is gradation in the reactivity of the alkaline earth metals, okay, with the, means it show the chemical reactivity of the elements while going from top to bottom in the group 2. Okay, the third point here is, while going down the group, while going down the second group, the reactivity of alkaline earth metal goes on increasing. ठीक है, so in the group 2 or in the alkaline earth metals, while going from top to bottom, the chemical reactivity goes on increasing. The fourth point here is, thus beryllium do not react with, okay, does not react with the water. Okay, from this we can say that beryllium does not react with water because it has less chemical reactivity. And the fifth point here is, magnesium react with steam. Okay, magnesium react with steam, steam is water vapor. And sixth point here is, while calcium, strontium and barium react with water at room temperature with increasing rate. Okay, so from calcium to barium, the reactivity, chemical reactivity of the these alkaline earth metals goes on increasing. It react with the water at normal room condition. Okay, so this chemical reactivity goes on increasing from calcium to barium. Okay, so this is the point that is included in the reaction of alkaline metal with the water. So here the chapter is completed. So subscribe the video for next update to be continued in next video. Thank you.